Hi Capricorn, welcome to your February reading. Now, it is Valentine's month, so we are going to do some love readings. Now, these are general readings, so they won't resonate for everybody. But if you would like to book a private reading, you will find info on how to do that in the description box down below. Now, you can either grab me on Instagram or you can send me an email and we can book that in. Other bits you will find in the description box. You'll also find my gift list from Amazon. That's what I was trying to say. Now, a couple of people have asked if, I want a thing. They want to get me a little thank you gift for doing free readings. So that's why that's there. Now, if you want me to provide it from somewhere that isn't Amazon, by all means, we don't need to do it just because it's quick and easy. You can send me a DM on Instagram, PayPal the money across, and then I will source the gift elsewhere. If you choose to buy me something, you will also get a free reading voucher. Now, you can keep that for yourself, you can give that to someone else, whatever it is that you want to do with it. So we're going to do 2 readings today. The first is going to be for the people in a relationship. Then we're going to move on to the people who are single in the Capricorn world. 3 different decks today. We're using the 8-coin tattoo tarot, the light Seers tarot, and this might hurt for the singles. So these will all be in the description box down below as well. Right, that's the business out of the way. Let's get into it. So Capricorns, starting the month off with the 10 of Swords. So there's some cycles going to be closing out for you guys. And when I say that, I don't mean you're breaking up. I don't see this as an end to a relationship, but I see it as suffering that you've been going through, things that you've been struggling with are going to come to a close this month. I feel like you're going to get to the point where you sort of start to see things a bit more clearly and realise that some of the stuff that you've been dwelling on, some of the stuff that's been happening to you, some of the stuff that's been going on in your life isn't really your fault, and it isn't something that you've created, but it is something that has upset you and something that you've been struggling with. And finally, it feels like you're actually ready to let that go and accept, like the sunrise that's in the background, accept that things are coming into your favour, that things are getting better, things are becoming a bit more chilled, a bit more calm, and you're not kind of on the tenterhooks waiting for things to go wrong anymore. It feels like you're going to get just a sense of clarity and an ability to move on and just let go. And like I say, that doesn't have to be the relationship. That can be stuff that's been going wrong in the relationship, stuff that's been stressing you out outside of the relationship. It could be work stress that's coming through. I mean, yes, we're doing a relationship reading, but there are other things that impact your relationship than just the feelings between the two of you. There's a lot of stuff that comes in from outside which has an impact on the life we're living. Now, moving towards the middle of the month, you've got the Hanged Man. So it does feel as if there might be a little bit of stagnancy towards the middle of the month. There might be moments where you feel that you don't really have as much going, not going well for you, but things that are kind of just a bit stagnant, just not really going anywhere. And maybe actually, having had this moment of start again, this moment of renewal, that you feel like you want to get going and you feel like you want things to be happening and you want stuff to start happening again, but it's not. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's actually quite peaceful to have calm times where things are not happening and things are not moving forward, and you can just relax and enjoy where you are. Because towards the end of the month, you're coming up with the 4 of Wands. So towards the end of the month, you're absolutely getting into that mode where you're able to appreciate the support that you've got. Like for me, this deck, I feel like I've said it so many times recently, but it feels like the wands are actually coming in to support the growth of the flowers in the pot, to make things better for the beings that are around them. So it feels like for you Capricorns that and this, like I say, is a relationship read. So it feels like towards the end of the month, actually, you find your groove back again. You find your balance and you're able to support your partner. They're able to support you in return. And what you bring together is an equal amount of support and measurement and help and hope for the future. But you've got to be careful because it's backed up with the Tower in reverse. Now, that for me it's again, Tower moments are big moments of change, of things clearing out, things, cutting the wheat from the chaff. And there is a resistance to that, unfortunately. Now, the problem is, I'm going to get another card out for that. The problem with that Tower in reverse is that if you don't allow the change to happen, you kind of stay, and you start off the beginning of the month so well with that 10 of Swords. You start off really appreciating the need to let go of things and let the sun come up. Whoa, okay, yeah. right? Whatever it is, 10 of Swords in 10 of Wands in reverse as well. So whatever it is that comes in towards the end of the month, you can resist it as much as you want, but you're only delaying things for yourself. And maybe that is that you need to try something new. Like, you know, when you think trying the same action and hoping for a different response, I'm sure that's the definition of insanity. It's trying the same thing and expecting different results. And it feels like that's what's coming towards the end of the month. So yeah, try new things would be my suggestion. Okay, let's have a look at what's going on for your person, see what's happening. Okay, so they're coming up with the 9 of Wands first and foremost, so in reverse. So it feels like they're, you know, beginning of the month, they don't have a lot of fight in them in order to do what's to keep things going, and maybe that's where the letting go is. If you've been arguing, you know, or you've been bickering and you've not been seeing eye to eye, and maybe your person has been trying to get you to do something or to get you round to their way of thinking, and they don't have the energy to do it anymore. And that's, you know, like there's a quote I saw on Instagram a few days ago where it was basically saying, you know, it wasn't something like, you know, I won't get mad when I've lost interest, I'll get silent and I'll disappear. And it's that thing where, you know, if you've been at loggerheads about what it is that you both want out of the relationship, it feels like your person doesn't want to fight anymore. And as a result, you're able to let go of things. You're able to let go of what's happened. And that's a good thing. Listen, we all need to let go of stuff that isn't good for us. And bickering and arguments. And, you know, let's face it, there's a lot going on at the moment in the world, which is having an impact. Like, I think every single person I know in the last week has struggled with pandemic, has struggled with what's going on, has had issues. Even if it's for a day, even if it's for an hour, we've all had moments where you just go, oh my God, this is never going to end. What's happening with my life? So it doesn't necessarily have to be that you've been arguing with each other, but I feel like the battles that you've been facing are kind of coming to an end in February, which is good. Now, where you've got the Hanged Man, they're coming up with the 7 of Pentacles. So it feels a bit like, you know, you might feel a little bit stagnant. You might feel like you're not bringing a lot to the relationship, that you're taking that time out and having that peace and quiet. But your partner isn't. Your person is actually still planting seeds. Is still trying to make things grow. Is still trying to put those investments in place for things to happen, for things to get better, for things to improve. And that's a really wonderful thing, because you do need that in a relationship. You need, you know, if you feel that you haven't got the energy right now, then trust that your person has got the energy to do it. You know, if you're only running at 80%, they can pick up that extra 20%. They've got your back. They're very supportive, and in what they're doing is they're building towards the future. Towards the end of the month, I love this. You've got the 7 of Swords in reverse for them, which is, for me in this deck, this is like, I call it my sound the alarm card. This is like something awful's going on. Make sure you wake everyone up. Tell everyone what's going on, because there's stuff happening and we need to all up our game and defend ourselves. But it's not. So where it feels like you're coming back into that supportive mode, where you feel like actually you're nurturing each other and you're helping things to grow, because let's face it, they've been trying to make things grow in the middle of the month. There's a real sense of tranquility towards the end of the month, where it's just that peaceful moment, and it's that situation where the guards just kind of come down, and you don't need to be on the defensive all the time. You can just relax and just enjoy each other and just be okay around each other and support each other. And then, like I say, with this, you know, whatever this change is that you're resisting, your partner can help you through it, because they've got the 6 of Pentacles. So they are more than capable, again, of helping you see things clearly. You know, if you feel like you're struggling and there's something happening, you know, you don't know how to process it and you don't know how to make the change, then ask your person, because quite often they will see you differently to how you see yourself. They will see different strengths, different weaknesses, and be able to help you through that. And, you know, that's what a partnership is for. It's for balance. It's finding things, you know, helping each other through things, supporting each other, in my opinion. Anyway, I hope that helps. So let's get on to the single Capricorns and see what's going on. So, single Capricorns, we're going to have a look at who you can be looking out for your next relationship, And then we're going to have a look at how you can be ready for them. So, who can the Capricorns be looking out for? Ooh, the Hermit. So you could be looking out for a Virgo. Lovers, it could be a Gemini, and Ace of Wands. So, yeah, Ace of Wands. So a fire sign, you know, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But I'm enjoying the fact that you've got 2 majors out. Whoop, whoop. That's always good. So yeah, keep your eyes out for a Virgo, keep your eyes out for a Gemini. And to a lesser degree, the fire signs. But it's more, I think, with this Ace of Wands, it's more, rather than it being you know, a literal fire sign, it's more someone who's just got a bit of action about them, a bit of gumption, someone that comes forward and isn't afraid to tell you how they feel, isn't afraid to suggest going out on a date, isn't afraid to, well, I keep saying afraid, but, you know, is prepared and willing to show themselves and to show up and be present, which is, you know, rare. Okay, how can you be ready for them? Okay. So, interestingly, we've got a 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Now, normally, we want this in the upright, where it's the confidence, it's the key, you know, it's being around, being comfortable in your own. But actually, it feels a bit like, and listen, I say this with all the love in the world, it feels like you need to let your guard down a little bit and realise that you don't have to be strong on your own all the time. It's okay to let someone else take the reins, to let someone see you need them, to let someone else, you know, like, because it's one of those things, like we all like to consider ourselves to be self-sufficient, resilient, all of those things. None of us want to think we're dependent on other people. None of us want to think that we have codependency issues. But there's a lot to be said for accepting that you do want someone else to share your life with. You know, 9 of Pentacles is lovely on its own. Very happy, very content. But I think it's time to accept, if you want to be with someone, it's time to accept that you don't have to be strong on your own. It isn't always a strength to be on your own, basically. We've then got 6 of Swords, again in the reverse. But for me, it's a case of, you know what, like, if you feel like you've been running away from relationships, you've been making excuses not to be with people, not to take a risk, not to do anything, not to make that progress, that's got to stop as well. Like, you need to stop, you know, running away because it might get hurt. And also, we've got the Hierophant in the reverse as well. So it feels a bit like where you don't... Because for me, the Hierophant upright in this deck is very much about learning and analysing. You know, like when you learn by making mistakes, you learn by trying things, you learn by rotation for people telling you things and listening to their experiences. But it almost feels like in order to be ready for a relationship, you need to start trusting yourself more and listening to other people less. And it's great, you know, it's great to have advice from other people. It's great to have advice from tarot readers, from healers, from friends, from family members. But you also have to learn to trust yourself as well and not rely solely on other people to guide you through things. Anyway, Capricorns, I hope that helps. As I say, if that resonates for you, let me know down in the comments box below. If it doesn't and you would like to book a private reading, everything else is in the description box. If not, have a great month, take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.